All right, folks, with that music, it means that it is Tuesday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or close enough to it. And I am Jeff Snyder, your Thunderstrikers for tonight. All right, let's get right into it, folks. While we're having fun watching this, my Spectrum is not playing fair, so I may not be able to watch the game as this goes on, but we'll see what happens between now and 7:30. But all you need to know about the Thunderstrikers is right here, right now. So I'd like to welcome you to the Thunderstriker Show Tuesday evening, coming from you tonight from the Snyder Harbor, not to be confused with Snapper's Bar and Grill on normal Tuesday nights, but that's going to start back next Tuesday night. Snapper's Bar and Grill, folks, in beautiful Palm Harbor. Palm? Joe, what's that? Oh, where's Joe? No Joe. I'll tell you about that in a second. Beautiful Palm Harbor, Florida on Highway 19. Snapper's Bar and Grill has fantastic wings and, surprisingly enough, sushi. Amazing what you can get at Snapper's Bar and Grill on Highway 19 in Palm Harbor. That's where we normally do the show from. But tonight, because we've got a lot of things going on and these guys are out of town, we're going to be doing it right here, right now at the Snyder Studios. Now, I got to warn you folks, just so you know, that there is a storm coming through. It is not a Tampa Bay lightning storm. It is a storm. Real storm coming in, and that is creating havoc with every single thing that I have working right here. All my music. All my mics, all my computers, and worse yet, my TV, which means I may be asking you guys for scores as we go along on this whole thing tonight, because it is going to be interesting if I can't watch my own Bolts play while I'm talking about them, and I'm going to be really upset about that. But let me get a couple shout outs right now. First of all, to Devin, Randy, Ron. Hey, Ron. Oh, Lord, Ron. Look what I have, Ron. I have a autographed signed baseball by some guy named Ron. Something about Yank. I don't know. We'll talk about that one. Probably not. But I'm glad you're here, Matthew. Good to see you. Greg, how's it going? Glad you guys are here. Let's get a bunch of people in. Tell all your friends, tell your family, tell your enemies, because maybe they won't like the show and you can laugh at them. But let's get as many people watching this podcast as possible. Now, you know you don't have to watch it right now, but I'd love to have you here, because if you're here, you can interact with me, ask me questions, chat, say hello, all that kind of good stuff. And if you're absolutely cannot do this tonight, hey, James. What, Ron? Yes, I have them. I have one at least, right? Actually, I have three now. If you can't watch the show here because you've got something going on, I mean, your house is on fire, your cat needs shaving, whatever it needs to be, you can always check it out on our podcast networks on CastBox or on YouTube, as it will be downloaded by our awesome producer, Devin, off-site, and put onto our podcast network for your perusing enjoyment. But right now, I'd love to have you here. I'm glad you are, and I'd love to have you interact. We're going to have a couple trivia questions later on in the show. And there's a new way to contact us. If you don't know it already, I'm going to drill it in your head. We have Skype. You can call from your regular old phone, your cell phone, at 727-474-8786. That number again, 727-474-8786. As I'm watching my Spectrum TV just keep loading and loading and loading, which means no hockey for me, folks. At least not that I know of. I'm a little bit crying. That's what happens, though, I guess. All right, so let's talk about Thunderstrikers. Thunderstrikers, we have a toy drive coming up. If you have a new unwrapped toy, find a Thunderstrikers box location. Get it in the box, make a kid smile. Joe has been doing this for several years, and it's one of his passions. He's fantastic at it, and it's a really good thing for the community, for the kids. It gives us back from what we do. Hey, Echo. I got my little puppy with me here. If you guys have been to a game or two, you might see my service dog, Echo. She just came in to say hello, and she's behind the curtain here, so you can't really see her. But she's here in spirit for everyone. So think about the toy drive. Love to have you out there giving until it hurts and making people smile and making some Christmases for people that can't enjoy their regular Christmas. Hey, James, how you doing? All right, so let's talk about hockey. Considering that the show crapped out on us on Sunday, we're going to go back in and talk about our game notes from Saturday night. Great start. We looked aggressive, and that was the word of the night. Witkowski was on fire, and I'm going to dub him tonight's new hitman. That boy can hit and hit well. Unfortunately, later on in the show, you're going to see how it cost us. But great hits, great aggressiveness, getting out there, doing what they're supposed to do, and playing some aggressive hockey. Because we all know hockey is not like ballet. It's not like football that needs so many penalties and touch somebody and you're going to get kicked out and flagged and all. We play hockey, folks. If it's time to hit somebody, it's time to hit somebody. If they're in the way, you hit them, move them out, board them, check them, get them out of the way. So we're starting to do that. Last year, as we know, little bit non-aggressive. These guys, as God help them, they did a great job keeping out of the box, but it showed with our almost hands-off technique, which we didn't like. So not only is Witkowski making a good name for himself, we got a lot of lesser-known names on this team's roster are making some good names. My boy Shattenkirk, we're going to talk about him at length today because he's my favorite, and Joe's not here. By the way, speaking of Joe and Devin, on my left would be Joe. On my right would be Devin. As you can see, I have the board and the computer and Skype and my computer and all this stuff all to myself, which makes me very distracted. But it's because these guys are in North Carolina. Everybody needs a vacation, and Joe decided that this was the time, right during hockey season, Joe, to have a vacation to wonderful, glorious North Carolina. Went up there for a rib and barbecue fest. And even though I griped about it on Sunday that he was not bringing me back any barbecue, he promised me today that he is, as we speak, bringing me back some barbecue. And as a person from North Carolina, I love my barbecue. I've got to have my barbecue. And I'm just going to turn off the Spectrum because it is actually driving my OCD bananas that I can't watch anything right here at all. I cannot watch our bolts. I cannot watch anything pretty much because everything just hung up on this stupid thing. But oh well. So, right off the bat, we got a penalty. 5:28 in the game. Witkowski is holding. All right. I get it. Witkowski, you're going to end up in the box a few times because you are a heavy hitter, because you are aggressive. You're going to have to learn how to balance that, my friend. You got to learn how to balance that. And it's not working out for you right now. We'll try to figure out something. Now, we got Palat. 13:54 penalty for tripping. A lot of us really didn't see that on Saturday as a real big trip, but it seems like if you play for the Tampa Bay Lightning, you're going to get an automatic 2 minutes, just like that. 13:54 in, he gets that penalty at 14:24. They score a goal. Power play goal from Jarn Kruk, and took a bad hop on Cirelli. Cirelli probably had a good chance to get that. Hey, you can't see it, but my Lightning is on, and I hopefully will see if this works or not. I don't know. So, Mac did a good job to stop it. He really did. A lot of people tried to get in front of that puck, but it lofted and went in the goal. So, at the end of the first period on Saturday, it is 1-0. And at this point, we're just trying to figure out what's going on. Second period comes up at 26 seconds right off the bat. Neville Johansson for slashing. Good job, Johansson. Thank you so much. You set us up for a power play, and that turned into a power play goal by Stamkos. Yay, Captain Stamkos. Our boy Cooch, who we love very, very much, and Palat for assist. So your big names on the second period within the first minute of the game really came through. Oh, my God, this is not working. Oh, my goodness. As you see, I'm a little distracted. I'm trying to get this game to go, and it's not happening. So 1 minute, 54 seconds in, Irwin decides to slash, gives themselves another penalty. And we did not get anything out of that power play. We just kind of skated around, and it seemed like it started to fall apart. Even though it was a great second period, you could see some of the cracks starting to come in the ice. Excuse the pun. And here we go from there. 6:17, it's us. Penalty, too many men on the ice. Now, I'm telling you, I love Cooper. Don't get me wrong. I really do. However, the guy needs to learn how to count. If you can't count the number of players on your ice, well, then you got an issue. And that's where we landed right there. Too many players on the ice at 6:17. They did not capitalize on that. Thank goodness. We kept the penalty kill in effect. Got rid of that. And at 6:17 through 8:17, we held them. 9:25, we got a goal. Look at that, 9:25, Tampa Bay Lightning. Tyler Johnson, assisted by Point and Hedman. Dropped it in really well executed, strong and aggressive to the net and right on in. They really did a good job with this one. It's almost like these guys just did not forget anything from last year. They played like a real great team. Great teamwork, great passing, very aggressive, not too overpassed, right into the net. Poof, goal for us at 9:25. 12:14, they got another penalty for delay of game. What did we do with it? Well, nothing. We just kind of skated around again. Power plays are really failing on us. We used to be the number one in the league for power plays, and now we'll talk about that later. We're way down, folks. Special teams are becoming an issue, and now, well, what are you going to do? Third period comes up at 4:11. Penalty on Josie for cross-checking. What did we do? Nothing again, folks. Just kind of sat there with it. 14:31 penalty on McDonough for interference. Now, again, you can see McDonough. You can see how he was working. It did not seem to really be as much of a penalty as we thought, but they thought it was interference. And since it is Tampa Bay, it definitely becomes interference. And we have to kind of sit there and watch it. Unfortunately, at 14:47, Josie gets the power play goal and ties everything up. Here we go in a tie. What are we going to do? Now, overtime. 1:11 penalty, Tampa Bay. Too many men on the ice. In overtime, folks. In overtime. At 1:11, we have too many men on the ice. Now, we're playing 4-on-4. Or, excuse me, I'm sorry. We're playing 3-on-3 hockey at this point. So what happens in a penalty? Does anyone know? Can anyone answer that question? Nobody can answer that question. I'll tell you right now. If you got 3-on-3 hockey and you get a penalty, they actually add a player to the ice. So it becomes 4-on-3 because I guess 3-on-2 would be just too much to play with. However, so they got 4 people on the ice. We got 3. Just as we are getting ready to come back on the ice and come to 4-on-4 until they blow a whistle and go back to 3-on-3. As we're 4-on-4, before the whistle can blow, what do? They score on us. Ellis scores. The Pretenders win. And the final score was Pretenders 3, Lightning 2. 40 shots on goal for them, 30 shots on goal for us. Kind of seeing where this is going. And the power play, we were 1 of 4, and they were 2 of 5. So it's really not as much fun as you'd like to hear. However, you know what? Let's go back to Saturday because I don't want to end on a negative. We're coming into this game tonight. We're playing the Rangers. The Rangers lost last night. Maybe they're down. Who knows? They've got a couple people not coming out on the ice. However, so do we. We're not looking at Cirelli or Point. They are game time decisions, and we'll see if they actually come in for this game or not. Who knows? But we did have a big win on Saturday. Saturday at Amalie Arena in beautiful downtown Tampa Bay. Here we go. In the first period at 9:46, Killorn has his first goal of the season. Killorn, yes. He is a shining star in this one. Did a great job getting that in the net. Just precision hockey. Assisted by Sergachev and Kuch, of course. These guys really knew what they were doing and got it right in. 14:48 in the first, Gudbranson from Pittsburgh gets a roughing penalty. Yay, 2 minutes. But what do we do with it? Nothing. 18:23, Cirelli sits on the bench for a few minutes for roughing. It was actually served by Witowski because it was within 5 minutes of the game, and Cirelli ate a 5-minute for that. Gloves dropped, helmets flew, fists flew. Everybody had a great time except for Cirelli, who had to leave the ice. Witowski served that 2 minutes. Hornquist also got a roughing. He served 2 minutes. And with Cirelli gone, it got us down to 4-on-4 for the remainder of the first. All right, in the second, 1901, Guntenzel, whoever that is. Hey, jeez. He just, I don't know. I don't even know that guy's name. I don't like him. But at 14:24, what did we do? we got to watch them have too many men on the ice. Maybe we learned something from that, and that's not a good thing with the way we learned it. Not capitalized by the Lightning. Well, again, we did not use that power play to our advantage, and we go into the third. 707 Paquette has his first goal of the season with Witowski an assist and McDonough. Again, I'm not coming up with these names. Point, Cooch, Hedman, Stamkos. I'm not saying them as much as I'd like to, but maybe they'll pick it up. Who knows? 1903 Victor Hedman. There he comes in, scores. Assist with Johnson, Stamkos on the power play. These guys were able to come up with a power play. Now, this isn't your normal special teams. These guys relieve your special teams, and they ended up getting a power play goal on it. 15-19 comes up with a penalty on Aston Reese for unsportsmanlike conduct, and a 17-55 hooking by Gunzenzel. So, at the end of the Saturday's game, you're looking at a score of 3, Lightning and the Ice Chickens 2. This game, we were 39 shots on goal, with the Chickens 48 shots on goal. We were 1 of 4 power plays, and they were 0 of 1. Here's the key takeaway for this one on Saturday night, which made it a really great games to be at, not only, but to just watch them play, and when they're playing the way they're supposed to. We only had 1 penalty in the entire game, and these guys did not capitalize on it. So our penalty kill was awesome. They were 0 for 1. But on the other side of the coin, they had 4 penalties, 8 minutes of play, and we did not capitalize except once. So we've got to really think about our special teams, what happens when they're down 1, and kind of go from there. Devin tells me that management is watching. If I was wearing boots, I'd be shaking in them, but I'm actually not, so we'll kind of go from there. So Saturday night, not only was it a fantastic game, everyone had a good time, great hockey, but they also highlighted 49 of the 65 congressional medals. Oh, look at this. We've got a phone call. Hold on a second. Let's say hello to Joe. Hey, Joe.
Good evening.
Good evening. This is Joe from North Carolina calling in on our first Skype caller ever. How you doing, Joe?
Hey, Mr. Jeff. How's everybody doing? Live from North Carolina. It is Joe D'Angelo and Devin Stoppard, our most illustrious producer. And we are wondering how beautiful it is over there in the heat wave of Florida while we enjoy 65 degrees.
I'm telling you, Joe, if it was not 100, I wouldn't believe it. It's in the low 90s, if not the high 90s during the sun time. And now that it's dropped down to a balmy 86 or 87 degrees, we are not happy here. We're sweating our buns off.
Yeah, no, that's not good. Well, like I said, it's beautiful here. We're engaging in very comfortable temperatures, and rain tomorrow, so that kind of ruins a little bit of it. But we've had some great days, and we're watching the show tonight, so we figured we'd chime in and say hello from North Carolina, and we've been having a great time.
What have you guys been doing up there?
Oh, the Radical Ron has joined us.
Hey, Ron.
It is a loud apartment. Actually, it's a loud hotel room here.
Oh, I can only guess what's going on up there. The debauchery continues with you guys.
Oh, yeah, well, loud and proud, baby. That's how I roll. Ron says, keep playing with your balls.
Yes, Ron, I'm playing with my balls. Thank you very much. You are a funny guy. Hey, what do you got to tell us about tonight's game? You got any good information?
I thought it was just a great idea. I thought it was a great idea to call in and to let everybody know that we love all our fans, the Radical Ronsters out there, and, of course, the Devin Stoppards out there, my illustrious producer, and, of course, your host, Joe D'Angelo here, live from North Kakalaki. And guess what, Jeff? I got a treat for you.
What's that?
We're bringing home some barbecue.
Oh, be still, my heart. We are going to have some Carolina barbecue come next Sunday. I'm so looking forward to that. I can't stand it. I'm a North Carolina boy, and I love me some barbecue, especially North Carolina barbecue. If you haven't had North Carolina barbecue, you really got to try it. It's fantastic. It's vinegar
All right,
based.
listen.
Yes.
This is the Radical one. Do you need an autographed golf ball? I think you do. Because I'm sure you and Tom would love one.
I think we're okay. Thanks.
Maybe a club to beat it with?
Yeah. Hey, Joe, tell us something good about the game tonight. What you seeing?
I see the rags of MSG going down tonight. The Queen is not starting in goal. If anybody needs some game notes, I do have some game notes. We have some guys that are banged up right now, and unfortunately, I haven't been told if Braden Point is going to be in there or not, but Sorelli is banged up, and they may go 11-7 tonight, so you might see John Reuter in there as well.
Yeah, it's I was reading some of the game feeds, and it looks like we're going to find out as the puck drops if Point's going to be playing or not. And, of course, my TV is down, so I can't see the game. Hopefully you guys are able to watch the game up there, are you?
Oh, yeah, we got the game on.
Nice.
It hasn't started yet. So
jealous.
It's that damn NBCSN, which we can't stand, and we actually have the game on, but the volume is off.
Ugh, I'm so happy for you.
Because we can't handle those announcers, quite frankly.
I'm telling you, it's sad that you buy the NHL package, and I'm going to actually talk about the NHL package for a second here. I actually purchased the NHL package, and they said, "Oh, you're going to see all the Lightning games. You're having a great time." Guess what, folks? I'm blacked out.
That's messed up.
Yep. There are ways around it.
You.
When Devin gets back, he's going to show me how to work this thing. But until then, I am hockeyless, which does not make me happy. Really?
Go ahead.
Oh, Ron. What would we do without you?
And Ron hasn't even had a drink tonight.
That's strangely sad.
Okay, so
all right,
they're showing your boy Kevin Shattenkirk right now. He's skating around on the ice, getting ready.
Fellow Thunderstrikers, we're going to talk about Kevin tonight. Go ahead.
He's got his alternate captain jersey on, Mr. Shattenkirk with the alternate captain, along with, of course, Ryan McDonough.
Yeah, fantastic. You know, Kevin was a captain for the Crunch for a while. Did you know that?
Yes.
Yes, he was. So was
Ronnie. Ronnie has a question for you.
Hey, Ronnie, what's up?
Hey, how's your second best team, the Regs, doing with the Queen out tonight?
First of all, they're not my team, but I'll tell you what, from what I've been reading, they're not real happy with what they got coming up. They're real pleased to see Point and Sorelli possibly not playing, but they are not up to par for what they want to be. Sorry for them. You know, it's not like we going to need them to step up. Hopefully we just beat the tar out of them and call it a day. But you gotta.
I can tell you one thing. I can tell you this.
What's that?
Listen, check this out. The one thing I'm sure of is I'm sure the bread man is disappointed he didn't take our offer now.
Yeah, no kidding. I'll tell you what. But I mean, you're looking at, and these guys are coming in at 8-3. Fortunately, their third loss of the season was last night. So maybe they're tired. Maybe they're down. Maybe they're not looking forward to seeing us. I'm looking forward to beating them. But we'll see where that goes.
Hey, be careful of the hottest team right now.
That's right. The Lightning are the hottest team.
He's giving us a warning about the Islanders.
Yes. Folks, we're going to talk about that too. We've got a three stretch
right now.
3 games in 4 days. Got the Bruins. I'm sorry, we got the Islanders. We got these guys tonight, the Rangers or whatever they are. And we got the Devils. Now, it's not going to be a real hard game for the Devils, hopefully, unless we do what we normally do and play to the strengths of our team. If we do that, we're going to play horribly against the Devils because they are a 3-8 team. But we've gone against 3-8 teams before, and we've just been spanked real bad. And it's one of the problems of the Lightning is their inconsistencies. It's almost like they say, okay, we can beat these guys. We don't need to practice. We don't need to concentrate. We don't need to work together as a team. And then we get spanked by a low-ranking team. That's nothing that we ever want to see happen. Fortunately,
I'm going to see if Kleenex will be your new sponsor.
Oh, yeah, sure. They can always throw me some money. Anybody can be our sponsor. Heck, the Blue Jackets can be our sponsor if they throw us enough money. But we're still going to talk about the Lightning all day long because we don't like them Blue Jackets. All right, so let's talk about the Lightning while you guys are on the phone. Let's talk about the curse. I know we got a curse against us. We got even though we lost, we have a newly charged Lightning that we hope to see a lot more of in the future. Yeah. There's a lot better passing. I mean, you guys have watched the passing, the puck control, the aggression, the hits, and the shots. At least through the second period, a lot of these games were really starting to gel and come together. But we are plagued by the two major issues. We're being plagued by inconsistent play, and we're being basically killed by cocky play. Overpassing, not shooting on that net, not being aggressive, making these cutesy plays, which worked great last year when they weren't expecting us to play it that way. But now they know our game. They see what we're going to do. We start to make a cutesy play. They rush in, take the puck, and put it down the ice. We cannot have that anymore. We've got to really stop and get back to basic aggressive hockey like it used to be when we were winning, and stop all this cute play.
I totally agree.
Well, we'll see what happens tonight.
I totally agree, and it's got to stop. It's got to stop.
Well, if all goes like we've always talked about, fortunately, we'll win tonight because we lost last game. We'll keep win, lose, win, lose, win, lose. If we're as inconsistent, if we stay inconsistent, we'll win tonight and lose tomorrow night. Let's hope we win both nights and November 1st. We'll see what happens.
Well, yeah, let's see what happens. But I will give you an update. I just got a flash here from one of my informants.
Okay.
Is that Braden Point is on the ice for the warm-up, so he will be playing. Cirelli is not, so Cirelli will not be playing tonight.
Well, it's kind of hard to see Cirelli out, and nobody wants to see any of our players down and out, especially off the ice. But I'll tell you, I kind of breathe a little bit of sigh of relief for Point. But, Joe, you got to agree with me. What has Point done for me lately? Nothing. I'm just telling you right now. It boggles my mind.
We have Palat, Point, and Kucherov on the first line.
All right, good first line.
Killorn, Johnson, and Stamkos on line 2.
Nice. We
have Vernouet, Gord, and Joseph on line 3.
That's not a bad line.
And my informant tells me Maroon, Paquette, and Witkowski are the fourth line tonight.
All right, I'm telling you what, right now, Joe, I'm liking that fourth line.
Defensive lines, we have Hedman and Colburn.
Yeah.
We have McDonough and Cernak.
All right.
And we have Sergachev and Shattenkirk.
All right, here's my prediction. We're going to get scores by the fourth line and the third defense line. Shattenkirk is really looking good. He's really playing aggressive. He's staying in his position when he needs to, but he's breaking out when he doesn't, and he's getting to the net, and let's hope that continues. So, what are you thinking, Joe? Yeah. What can you tell me about McElhaney?
I have not gotten the lineups yet as of this moment, but they should be posting any minute now.
Well, we know
because the game is getting ready to start, and I still have not. My connection has not come through yet, so
you know maybe
they haven't posted.
That's because they don't have the internet in North Carolina at this point. They're talking about it. One day they're going to get it. It's like electricity, you know. They don't have it, but they're really talking about it. It's on the cusp to join the technological world in North Carolina. I lived there for almost 20 years, and well, I'll tell you what, watch your back. If you hear some music like violins or anything like that, you better stay away at the creek. All right, so let's talk about McElhaney while we got you on the phone. We brought him in. His home debut went to a cursed game. I mean, he was panned by all the reporters. Everyone said, hey, it's too close to call. If we win it all, we're going to be lucky to have him in the goal. And you know what? I honestly think it shook him. He did a great, great job all game long, except the final goal. Now, of course, we all realize that you can play games all day long. You can have the hottest game on the planet, but at the end of the day, the numbers don't lie. And McElhaney ended up getting us a loss in that game. But the boy has a save percentage of a 91.5. He's really not doing a bad job here. 107 saves out of 117 shots. That's 107 saves out of 117 shots. That's only 10 goals in 3 games he's played. Now, they're important goals, don't get me wrong. At clutch time, we were hoping that he would be up to the speed of Vasi, but you got a brand new guy, brand new to the NHL, bringing him in, showing him off at an important game. And when it comes to the end, you've been plagued with penalties. You're bouncing around players. Yep. You got people coming in and off the ice. You're 3-on-3. You're 4-on-3. You're 4-on-4. And as you come to 4-on-4, it's just too much at that point, and a puck gets by. That was the game-winning puck at that one. But what are you going to do? His defense has been strong, and his goaltender duties have gotten a lot better than they were in preseason because he's got defensive men like Shattenkirk that are actually doing their job. They're keeping the puck away from McElhaney. He's only having to make half the saves he made before. So his job's gotten easier, and maybe he's going to matriculate into a better goalie. But when the clutch time comes through, folks, we still need Vasi.
Yeah,
right?
Absolutely.
All right.
And you know what? He has earned his salary already. I think he's been doing a fantastic job, and nobody's saying that he's not. I love the guy. I think he's a great backup goaltender, and that's the reason why they went and got him.
Yes. I miss what's his name from last year. The name always escapes me, and I miss him. Not only was he a great goalie, in my opinion, but he brought a lot of joy and fun to the team. But we got to play with what we got. We got 2 goaltenders to work with. We can always call people from the crunch if we need them. But let's hope we can get this kid in good shape so that he can keep that puck out of the net. All right, we've hit the 7:30 mark, so I'm going to do what Devin does. Normally, we'd be here from Snappers Bar and Grill on Highway 19. If you've ever been to Snappers, you really need to go back because it's a great place to go for some wings, sushi, and a lot of other good stuff. I'll tell you what, I actually had wings and sushi at the same meal. Absolutely loved it. Had a great time. The food was fantastic. The company was fantastic. The place is just wonderful. Just off Highway 19 in Palm Harbor. Definitely stop by and have some good food. They have Taco Tuesdays. They have a lot of neat specials going on. Great place to be. And on Tuesday night, you can come watch the show live with Joe and Devin and everybody in the, 104.1 box, where they're doing fun radio shows. However, tonight we're here at the Snyder Harbor, and we have with us tonight, we have Sherry. Hey, Sherry, how you doing? We have Thomas came in. Yeah, Devin's on. He's watching me. We have Andrew, Sandra, Joe's on, Ron's on. Yeah, you could never know that Ron was on. We have Zachariah, Linda, Karen, James, Greg, Matthew, Ron again. How'd you get on twice, Ron? Randy, and Devin again. Thanks, guys, for coming in. Do me a favor. Tell all your friends how much fun you're having on this show. Now that we have Skype, we have people calling in. We got people talking on the Facebook. We've got Thunderbug. We've got all this fun stuff. This is the place to be on a Tuesday night. Another place to be is a Sunday night. Enjoying time with your Thunderstrikers, having a good time talking about hockey and whatever other sports comes to mind at the time. Taking questions, taking phone calls, having a good time. And that's what we want to do here. So to make it more fun, tell your friends. Tell all your Facebook buddies. Get these people to come on and watch the show live. And absolutely, if they cannot watch the show live, at least check it out on YouTube, CastBox, and all the other podcast platforms we're going to have it on. So we're back with Thunderstrikers. It's now 7:30. Is the game started yet, Joe? I'm dying.
It has not. They're showing a picture of New York City as the Bias Network comes on the air for the official telecast tonight. And as we speak, it says cannot retrieve tweets at this time. So
Fantastic.
I'm not happy about that.
Well, is anybody happy at all?
North Carolina.
What'd you
it's
do?
Because I'm on my phone that I can't get my tweets.
Well, what about Devin? Can he see this kind of stuff? Oh, so you're leaving me, aren't you?
No, not yet, because I do have a tablet.
Aha.
So they can't keep me from doing. They can't keep me doing from what I need to do.
You gotta love it.
So.
All right, folks.
Gotta love it.
Like I said, hey, Chris, if you have any questions, drop me a line on Facebook. Just type in on Joe's feed here. Be glad to answer any questions, talk about things you'd like to talk about, because this is your show. Even though I'm sitting here behind the wheel, minus Joe, minus Devin, this is your show. I want you to have a good time, get what you want out of it, and enjoy your time with us here. So, while we're talking about that, people are talking about, I think I have a Lightning game. Well, possibly until it locks out of me. Well, we'll see what happens. Everyone continues to call for the firing of Cooper. Guys, he's one man. It takes a whole team, just like it takes a village to raise a child. It takes a whole team to win a hockey game. Cooper doesn't do it alone, even though he drives the ship, even though he is accountable for what happens. Getting rid of Cooper would be like cutting off your nose to spite your face at this point. What are you going to get next? You're going to get a brand new coach that has no time with these guys. Is going to have to totally relearn everything, and you're going to be back to square one with what you think may be a better coach than Cooper. But I'm going to tell you what, I actually disagree. I think Cooper's the man for this. I think he's doing a good job. I think he knows what he's doing, and he's going to surprise us all when these guys kick it into high gear and start winning more hockey games. So let's not drop off Cooper yet. Let's keep him going. The man has won the top title in every single division league he's been in, except for the NHL. Everything. He has not lost yet. He's one of the most winningest coaches in NHL history. There's only one coach right now that has a better record than him overall. Other coaches that have better records are gone. There's only one. I can't remember his name, and I don't care because Cooch is listening. Stamkos is listening. Point's listening. These guys know what they're doing. Right, Joe? You want Cooper to be gone?
Absolutely not. I'm totally against anything that involves John Cooper. Replacing this man is just utter insane and insanity. So, yeah, that's not going to happen, folks. So keep, for all you people that are hating on John Cooper, stop it.
That's right. Now, we got my boy. Who is tied for the most goals for the Lightning right now? You know who I'm thinking of? He's my boy. After Point, one number up, Mr. 22 himself, Kevin Shattenkirk, is tied for the most goals for the Lightning. 9 games into the season, he is tied for the most goals for the Lightning. This guy's on fire, folks. But the problem is, something's not quite right. If he's tied for the most goals, who's he tied with? Anybody know? That's your first trivia question of the game. Who is tied for the most goals for the Lightning at 9 games? Shattenkirk's 1. Tell me who the other one is. I'll give you a hint. He's got a big C on his chest. It's not for Cooper. That should be pretty easy, folks.
Well,
it's Stamkos.
Yeah.
Jeez.
If you don't know it, you're not a Lightning fan, bottom line.
But here's the problem. If it's Stamkos and Shattenkirk tied for the most goals, where is Point? Where is Cooch? Where is Heddy? Where is Cirelli? Where's Johnson? Where are these names we knew and loved last year that were just on fire and are just skating in circles at this point? And I don't know what's going on. Maybe this shakeup of the lines is going to work. I'm really hoping it does because it could be a big thing for us. Shaking up the lines, teaching these guys to be teammates with other team players and not just do the same thing over and over again. And we know what I'm talking about when Stamkos fires from the same exact spot in the ice every single time. Maybe if we shake it up, maybe they'll be able to do a little bit different job this year. Maybe they'll gel. Maybe they'll start winning some games. I don't know. It's not something that's going to happen overnight. And that falls back to you cannot get rid of Cooper just because we've lost a couple games. This is the 10th game of the season, folks. We got 72 games left. 72 games. Anybody thinks we're going to go 82-0 is wrong. What you got for me?
I got you.
Exactly.
Okay, the scratches tonight are Carter Vanderway and Anthony Cirelli.
All right. Well, sorry to see both of them, especially Cirelli. I like Cirelli. He's a good kid. Heck of a hockey player. He's gotten really aggressive on the game. Do you know why he scratched?
Well, Sorelli's banged up, and he's not in. He's not ready to play tonight. So Cooper scratched him, and Carter Vanderwee was scratched, obviously, because they decided that. Let's see. I see. Jan Root is in there tonight.
Okay. Oh, I like Jan.
So that's why.
Ruda's a great player, I'll tell you.
So Ruda is in.
I'm hoping to see good things happen from him tonight.
They decided to go with Ruda.
All right. Well, I'm hoping to see really good things happen with Ruda tonight. I hated to see him go down to the crunch. He's a heck of a player. He's really handsy. When the puck gets launched, which the Rangers like to do is launch the puck off the ice, he's one of those that can really get down and slap it down and start working with it. He's not haphazard with his bring downs. He's not scared of the puck coming at him in his face. He just slaps it down and gets to work. So hopefully we're going to see some big things from Jan tonight. I can only hope. Now,
okay.
Yes.
I'm going to be posting. I'm going to be posting something on the Thunderstriker's wall right now. McDonough and Kreider right now are doing a tribute. Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah, the Dan Girardi's wearing a suit, and he's being presented an award from Kreider, the Ranger, and also shaking hands with McDonough, our alternate captain.
Nice. Well, I have mixed feelings. I hate to say it. I mean, I love Dan. Don't get me wrong. I love Dan Girardi. Not only was he a heck of a hockey player, he had a lot of personality, a lot of skill. He's got a lot of knowledge. He's going to do a great job. But you know what he has that we don't want him to have? A podcast. And all the Lightning talks about is the Dan Girardi podcast. They don't talk about the Thunderstrikers because we didn't play hockey for some reason.
I have news for you. He does have a podcast.
I know. And he competes with us. And everyone listens to his podcast.
Yeah,
so, hey, what I want everyone to do that's listening tonight, get on the Dan Girardi podcast next time he's up and type all these questions about why don't you listen to the Thunderstrikers? Why don't you have the Thunderstrikers on? Why aren't you doing more Thunderstrikers? Let's do a little Thunderstrikers campaign on every single podcast we can get a chance to see. Maybe we can get Dan Girardi one day to come in and be interviewed with us. Wouldn't that be nice? Devin, I'm going to kick you right out of the room if Dan Girardi comes in. All right.
Okay. Well,
yes.
We're going to sign off here. We are live in North Carolina, where it is a beautiful 65 degrees right now. And we are going to sign off because we are going to be making an ice cream run.
Fun. Bring some of the ice cream back, too. Well, Joe, it's great to have you on. Joe, Ron, and Devin up in North Carolina. Have a safe trip back and enjoy yourself while you're up there.
All right. Well, we'll see you guys on Sunday. Don't melt away with the heat over there, the humidity. We will be back on Saturday, and you guys have a great night. Go Bolts. Let's get this job done tonight.
Go
And we're
Bolts.
going to get some ice cream. So good night, everybody. Go Bolts.
All right, Joe. Thank you so much. All right, Joe's off. Hey, the quality of call was pretty good. Just so you know, that was our new Skype phone number. Great job by Joe and Devin and everybody else involved up there. Ron, good to hear from you. It's nice when they get away, but it's also nice when they call into the show. If you'd like to call into the show and have your voice heard, the number is 727-474-8786. That number again, 727-474-8786. They're doing the national anthem right now on up in Madison Square Garden. They're getting ready to watch the Bolts play the Rangers and hopefully beat the Rangers. So while they're doing all that and getting ready to play some hockey, let's talk more about Kevin Shattenkirk and the crew. All right, some of your key players, Nikita Kucherov, Braden Point, Steven Stamkos, are not finding the back of that net like we would hope. It's not that they're not getting opportunities. We see it constantly, and they're not taking shots. We see it, but for one reason or another, they are just not scoring. My take on this is, again, my opinion only, because we don't give rumors. We don't give anything other than our opinions or facts. So my opinion is this. Steven Stamkos, great hockey player, but he's become a little bit too, predictable. Every single time, with a few exceptions, he is shooting from the left-hand corner just off the dot. Last year, great. Every time he did that, went in the goal. This year, they see it coming, folks. They see that puck heading towards Stamkos, heading toward the left side. They know he's going to do a slap shot. They know he's going to try to score, and they're right there ready for him. They're getting in his face. They're getting on the puck. They're being aggressive, and it's making it a lot harder now than it was last time for him to work. So, tonight we got the Rangers. Tomorrow night we have the Devils. And Friday night we have the Islanders. The Rangers right now are 8-3. Islanders are kicking butt. Devils are not doing as well. But then again, our inconsistencies have really started to haunt us. And we end up playing great games against great teams and really horrible games against the lesser scoring, lesser point teams. What's going on with it? Do we know? We can't figure it out. We've got the Devils tomorrow night, folks. The Devils are the worst team around for the last 6 years. They've been struggling bad. They've got a bunch of new prospects, and they still have nothing to show for it. But in the tradition of the Lightning, anything can happen. It's been face-off, and the Lightning are playing right now. I'm going to try not to look and talk about this game or throw things and get all upset. Depends on how we play, but we'll talk more about this. So, I know you're busy watching the game, but I'm going to give you the trivia question of the day. Trivia question, you can call in and answer the question, or you can put it on Facebook. The first person to answer this question is going to get a prize pack from the Tampa Bay Thunderstrikers, and a pat on the back, and an honorable mention all the time. I'm the winning person so far with 5 points, but here's your question. People ask Vasilevsky, what would you bring to a deserted island? What would you bring to a deserted island? Vasilevsky had an answer, and he told him. If you know that answer, let me know on Thunderstrikers Facebook page. Call it in. Send it by carrier pigeon. I don't care how you get it here. Let me know what Vasilevsky wanted to bring to a deserted island if he had one thing he could bring. So, my boy, while they're playing some hockey here, and I'm freaking out trying to watch at the same time, we'll talk about Shattenkirk. Shattenkirk. He's having a nightmare time with the Rangers. He played for him. They didn't like him. I don't know why, because he really is a good player. Comes out of the gate, motivated, team player, hard worker, fast mover. Can get that puck out from the back when he needs to. And when he gets into the offensive zone, he is driving hard with that puck. They gave him a huge salary of $26.6 million. Right off the bat, he just never synced with him. Injures his knee in the first training camp, but continues to work like the trooper he is with his injury into the season before having his final year-ending surgery. Last season, he only saw 7 goals and 44 assists before being tossed away by the Rangers. We picked him up, bought out his contract, only paying him a salary of $1.75 million, which honestly is a steal for us, and he's kicking butt. I am sure the Rangers are very, very unhappy to see Kevin Shattenkirk go now because he has found his groove with us. He's sad to see his departure from the Rangers. He really found a home there. He loved them. He thought they would love him back. His whole family and friends are all Rangers fans. They were all upset to see it happen. But I'm going to tell you what, from the Tampa Bay Thunderstrikers, we welcome you with open arms. We're glad you're here, and we want to see you play a lot of hockey for a long time with us. And after your contract's up, hopefully we'll extend you because I think there's a hidden gem in Kevin Shattenkirk. The boy came from Boston University. He was 14th overall draft pick in 2007. Went to Colorado. Now he's on his 5th NHL team. He's been at 5 NHL teams. You think he's got something to prove? I hate to say it, but I'm watching Pat Maroon circling the ice, gloves off, punches to the neck. Oh, boy. So we're going to see some penalties coming up here shortly. Helmet went down, and what happens when a helmet goes off, folks? The helmet flies off. They have to get off that ice. They cannot continue to play. Actually, I don't think they can even continue to fight, even though they continue to fight. We'll see what happens. Great fight going on. Kind of distracting for me, but what are you going to... Geez, it's still going on. No one wants to go to the ice. Pat Maroon, we all know, is a very, very large guy. He's a heck of just a great scrapper. Got a great reach. He's holding this guy's shoulders. This guy's holding his chest because he doesn't have the same reach Pat does. But he's trying to hold his own. And finally, Pat goes down, and there goes that. All right, you can tell already it's going to be a pretty aggressive game. We don't like the Rangers. They don't like us. It's going to be a long one, folks. All right, so Cooper says the personality that Chet Kirk has brought to the game is wonderful, and his accountability is above reproach. He still owns anger from the last season and the summer buyout. I mean, nobody's going to be happy if they have a horrible season, don't get respected, don't get treated well, don't get a chance to play, injuries or not, and then at the end of the day, to be traded away over the summer, it's not a happy time for Kevin Shattenkirk. But Kevin, hold that anger on the ice, but let that anger go in your new hometown. We're glad you're here. We want to keep you. All right, special teams. Special teams are dragging us down, folks. We are losing back and forth with our special teams. Besides penalties, every time something pops up, we end up eating it. 5-on-5 is up. Our 5-on-5 game is actually almost where it used to be. We're up and down the ice. We're passing well. We're getting the puck in the goal. Big pile-up coming up. Big fight coming up. And then things drag down when we end up with a power play or a penalty kill. It's almost like we are lost on the ice if we forgot how to play hockey if we're under a special circumstance. Whether it, big fight. Yanni Gore just got a pop to the face. You know, we have to play the same hockey game 5-on-5 that we do 4-on-4, 3-on-3, 5-on-4, 5-on-3. Shootouts. We have to play the same kind of hockey. We've got to be aggressive with that puck. We've got to get out there and do our job. Stay out of the penalty box. Now, people say, well, how can you be aggressive and stay out of the penalty box? Your body checks. You draw other penalties from the way you hit them legally. Hitting, as in checking, is not against the rules in hockey. In fact, I kind of like it. The problem you have is, well, they don't play the same way. And if we can get them to play hard and play aggressive and make stupid mistakes, oh, Yanni's yelling about something, then we're going to end up having a great season with a well-balanced team. Be aggressive, make the hits, but make the legal hits. Make enough of them that you draw these penalties. And then the key to that is capitalize on the penalty. Don't just sit there and say, okay, we got a power play. Let's pass the puck over back and forth for over a minute and hope that maybe we can kill some time on the clock. And then with the last 30 seconds, try to scramble and get a goal, and we didn't do it. That's not the kind of hockey we need to be playing right now. We need to put the puck in the net. Simple as that. And as many times as possible. Don't pass around the puck. Don't look for the perfect opportunity, because every shot you don't take is a shot missed. We've got to be out there putting that puck in that net as many times as possible. We've seen it. We've had just high numbers last year of shots on goal, 40, 50, just high numbers. Now we're looking at, I think our best was 29 so far this year, 13, 26. We've gone 2 periods once in a row without a single shot on goal. Now you got to love NBC's feed, because they don't put the shots on goal until the very end. I can't tell you how we're doing right now, but I know the Rangers have a power play, and I know our special teams are in, and I hope that they're going to do what they're supposed to do and play some serious hockey. Well, we did. We got it out of the defense. Oh, nice. All right, so we are second in the league right now with our 5-on-5. Second in the league. Now, it doesn't show it on the overall standings, but we are second in the league, 5-on-5. In our special teams, we are 18th. 18th in the league out of 31. That is not a good place to be. Penalty kill is even worse. Our penalty kill, we are 28th. 28th out of 31. There are only 3 teams worse than us in the penalty kill right now. That is going to hurt us in the long run if we cannot keep our wits about us and keep these guys from scoring on us during a penalty. All right, maybe assistant coach Derek Lalonde needs to take some more accountability instead of just saying we are getting better, but we have missed plays. Yeah, no kidding, Derek. Yeah, we're getting better. Great. Are we up to speed, getting to the point where we need to be, where we were last year, looking like a Stanley Cup contender, looking like a President's Cup contender, just on fire hockey? No, we're not. Is it embarrassing? Yes, it is. And it's not because we're not great, because we are a great team. We're just not up to the caliber we were last year. And it's hard to be a fan of a team that did so well the year before and is struggling now, and we're trying to figure out exactly why. We have lost some key players, but not a lot. Our major top 5 players are still there. They're just not producing. What are we missing? What is the key element here? Cooper needs to sit down with his entire staff, try to figure out what's wrong, and move ahead. So our wonderful assistant coach, Derek, continues to say, it looks like bad luck. There's no bad luck in hockey, guys. There's no bad luck. It's just bad play. If you can't put the puck in the net, if you can't stop the puck from going in your own net, you're going to lose hockey games. Simple as that. If you're not going to play like a team, if you're not going to be consistent, you're not going to have a great year like we had last year. So we'll see what happens here. It's bad luck or bad fortune, if you want to call that an excuse. I don't call anything an excuse on that. The excuse is we've been losing. We're not playing up to par, up to caliber that we were last year, and we need to pick it back up. Face-offs? Face-offs. Is that like socks? Is that socks for your face? Face-offs and puck pressure is continuing to haunt us. We are not getting the wins on our face-offs like we were last year. Point was just awesome at getting that puck to his boys, getting the puck out of the face-off, and it's not happening. We are way down in those. And from what they've told me, practice is increasing. Whatever that means. Now, here's my question, folks. If practice is increasing because we're losing, why weren't we practicing at that level prior to? I'm going to leave you there with that thought. No one, hey, David, thanks for coming along. No one has answered the question. I'm going to hold it till Sunday. Just remember, if Vasilevsky was on a deserted island, what would he bring with him is your question of the night. Getting that question right will win you lots of neat prizes and accolades from myself, Joe, and Devin. And you'll be the king or queen of Thunderstriker's trivia. Isn't that something you want to do? Have fun with that. Let's run down the standings real quick. Buffalo is, we play them in Sweden coming up, and they are 9-2. They are really running away on the ice, almost looking like a Tampa Bay team. Boston's 8-1. Florida's 5-3. Toronto's 6-5, and where are we? We are 5-3. 5-3. Let's hope we can pick it up and move ourselves up the standings real quick. We are ahead of Montreal, Ottawa, and, of course, Detroit. Because, well, Detroit's horrible, but that's just my opinion. Sorry, Lisa. Detroit Red Wings fan, I love you, but can't go with you on that one. Washington's 8-2. Islanders are 8-3. We play them tomorrow night. Not happy about that. Carolina is 7-3. Pittsburgh 7-5, and Columbus Blue Jackets are 5-4. They're not looking as good as they were last year. Almost in the same boat we are. If you're worried about the Lightning and you're worried about how things are going, take a look at the Blue Jackets, study their play also, and see where they're at in their game right now, because their games are slacking just like we are. We're not alone in all this. There's a lot of other teams that are having some struggles too. Did a great job last year and are not doing as well this year. Unfortunately, Colorado is not one of them. Nashville, those guys are 8-2 and 7-3. Edmonton's 8-3. And Vegas, another one who we got to watch real close, is 8-5 so far. It's tight all the way around. A lot of strong teams, a lot of teams that we didn't really expect, like the Sabres, doing real well this year. And we're kind of sitting in the middle of the pack right now. We're not at the bottom by any means, thank goodness, but we are not at the top. But a lot of other teams that were supposed to be watched for the wins are not at the top either. We're all having a rebuilding time. I'm not going to call it a rebuilding year because that is way too long. But I think a rebuilding month will not be too bad. If we can pick this up and come into the mid-November time and really shine, I think we're going to do very, very well, if not the best. But it's going to take some teamwork. It's going to take some molding. It's going to take some getting together. Folks, remember, your Tampa Bay Thunderstrikers will be live on Sunday in Safety Harbor at the Snyder Studios. And then on Tuesday next week, again, they'll be at Snapper's Bar and Grill on Highway 19. Great food, great wings, great time. Love to see you there. As always, I'm Jeff Snyder coming to you live tonight. Remember this phone number if you want to call us in next time. It's 727-474-8786. 727-474-8786. If you didn't catch the whole podcast tonight, you'd like to hear it again, Devin's going to put it onto CastBox and YouTube probably by late this evening, if not by the morning. He is on vacation, but he's going to be working from North Carolina to get everything working out right. So, I think we've come to the 8 o'clock mark. It's been wonderful hanging out with you tonight. Currently, the score is 0-0. Tampa Bay is not winning, but thank goodness they are not losing. They were successful on the penalty kill, and now we'll see what happens from there. Folks, I'm Jeff Snyder again. Thank you so much for listening and watching. See you next Sunday.